Hello everyone, my name is Saanvi. Welcome to this episode of SDG podcast series where we'll be discussing the fifth sustainable development goal, which is gender equality. Today we will be answering questions like what is gender equality, why is it important, and what actions can we take towards achieving it. Gender equality simply means treating individuals of different sexes equally or fairly without discrimination or prejudice. It is a simple definition. It is about ensuring that every person, regardless of their gender, has equal access to opportunities, resources, and benefits within the society. Now, gender equality is very important for many reasons. First is it is a fundamental human right because everyone, regardless of their gender, should have the right to live their lives free from discrimination and inequality. Secondly, it is crucial for achieving sustainable development. By promoting gender equality, we can ensure that all individuals have access to education, healthcare, and economic opportunities. This, in turn, can lead to reduced poverty levels and increased economic growth. Despite the progress made towards achieving gender equality, there are still significant gaps to be filled. Women are, of course, continue to be paid less than their male counterparts for doing the same job, and they are often underrepresented in leadership positions. Additionally, women and girls are disproportionately affected by gender based violence and have limited access to reproductive health care and rights. Now, when we address these issues, it is important to pursue policies and programs that address both the structural and cultural barriers to gender equality. This can include initiatives aimed to promoting girls' education and women's economic empowerment, as well as policies that seek to eliminate gender based violence and promote equal representation in leadership roles. But come on, achieving gender equality is not solely the responsibility of government and policymakers, right? Individuals must also take an active role in promoting gender equality, challenging gender norms and stereotypes, and supporting the rights of women and girls. This can involve simple actions such as speaking out against the sexist language or behavior, supporting women owned businesses, and advocating for policies that promote gender equality. It can also involve more significant actions such as participating in protests and other forms of direct action. Ultimately, achieving gender equality requires a lot of concerted effort from everyone. It will take a lot of time, maybe even a generational shift. But by working together, we can create a world that is more just and equitable, where all individuals are able to live their life to the fullest, regardless of their gender. Additionally, it is important to recognize that gender equality is intricately linked to other issues, such as racial and economic justice. Women of color and those from marginalized communities often face additional barriers to achieving gender equality, such as systematic discrimination and lack of access to resources. If we really want to achieve this equitable society for all, we will have to address issues such as racism, homophobia, transphobia, and other forms of discrimination that intersect with gender inequality. Intersectionality recognizes that individuals have multiple identities that intersect and impact their experiences of discrimination and oppression. For example, a black transgender woman may face discrimination based on her race, gender identity, and sexuality all at the same time. It is important to recognize and address these intersections when working to promote gender equality. In addition to addressing systematic issues, we must also prioritize individual actions that promote gender equality. This includes empowering women and girls to take control of their own lives and make decisions about their own bodies and their own future. When we see that we have that access to reproductive health care and education, we are able to plan our families ahead and make decisions about our own bodies. This includes access to contraception, safe and legal abortion, and information about sexual and reproductive health. Overall, empowering women and girls also means breaking down gender norms and stereotypes that limit their potential. Boys and men must also be included in efforts to promote gender equality through education and advocacy. Achieving gender equality is an ongoing process that requires the commitment and engagement of all individuals and institutions. By working together, we can create that healthy world. And when we see that picture of gender equality, when our women and girls are empowered, their communities and economies thrive. Gender equality is associated with higher rates of economic growth, increased productivity, and improved health outcomes. When women are educated and have access to opportunities, they can contribute to their families and communities, breaking the cycle of poverty and disadvantage. Governments, organizations, and institutions must also take steps to promote gender equality through policies and practices that address systematic issues and promote women's empowerment. This includes measures to close the gender pay gap, increase access to education and healthcare, and combat violence against women and girls. In conclusion, promoting gender equality is not only a moral imperative but also critical for the progress and well being of the society. By addressing systematic issues, empowering women and girls, and breaking down gender norm stereotypes, we can create an equal world. It is important for individuals to recognize their own biases and take responsibility for challenging them. This can be done through education, conversation, and actively seeking out diverse perspectives. Finally, it is crucial for everyone to recognize that gender equality is not just a woman's issue but a human rights issue that affects us all. By working together, we can create a world where gender is no longer a barrier to opportunity, success, and happiness. That's it for today's episode. Join us next time for another episode on the SDGs. Thank you for listening. This is Saanvi Singh signing off.